What up, YouTube? It's Thief again. Remember to click on that subscribe button and enable the notifications to stay up to date on all things Fortnite. And as always, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/TCThief, streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Alright fam, these are going to be 10 things that would make Fortnite save the world better. I intentionally put an error in the video, so the first person that finds it and comments down in the description gets pinned. So here we go. Now, number 1, guild or clans, whichever you want to call it, doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Now, this is the first thing Epic needs to put into the game. There is so much potential after you put guilds or clans into the game. All right, you can have guild storage, you can have all sorts of stuff that is centered around guilds, and you can basically build a mini game in itself around guilds. You can have a guild storm shield defense and do like daily missions where you join up with your guild mates and, you know, defend the storm shield, and you get rewards for that. But the possibilities are endless with this, so this is a must. This is probably the first thing that Epic needs to put into the game. Now, the second biggest one on my list is raids. All right, raids of some sort need to be incorporated in this game. It would make the game so much better. Now, it doesn't have to be 8 or 16-man raids. It could be as low as 6-man raids or even 4-man raids, but some sort of other variety as opposed to just the missions that we're doing would make this game a lot better. A lot of the other games out there like Destiny 2 and you know, and so on, they have incorporated these little raids into their game, and they're not humongous raids as you see in games like WoW and Star Wars: The Old Republic, where you're talking about 7 bosses and raids that take 2 hours long. They're like little 2 and 3 boss raids. So this is something that they could liven up the game with. If they put raids into the game, it would make it more exciting, and this is some repeatable content that players can do. Now, I don't know why this already hasn't been incorporated into the game, but some sort of a secure trade window would be nice. In every game that has the ability to put stuff on the ground and swap stuff around in between players, there's been a secure trade window of some sort incorporated. So this is something that it's not going to take too much time to do, but this would like instantly cure all of the trading and scamming problems and save the world that we have today. I mean, this little bit of coding would literally take care of it. I mean, it's a window that I drop my stuff in, my partner drops his stuff in, we click on confirm, and there's no way to scam each other. So this is a must. This needs to be put into the game, and like I said, it will take care of the scamming problem. Number 5, roaming world bosses, or bosses in the world of some sort. In most other games similar to Save the World, there's little mini bosses here and there throughout the world. I think this would be a good addition to the game. I really don't know why it hasn't been added already. All the way up to the defense of the mission, there's really nothing to do. You just sit there and you build. But imagine if you had, a world boss and a weekly challenge to go in there and kill this world boss that's in a certain map or a certain map mode that gave you some certain rewards. It'd be a really cool addition. All of the stuff is already in the game. All they have to do is take one of the bosses out of the the final pulls and make them a little bit harder and put them on a corner of a map. Say, I'll deliver the bombs during this week. There's going to be a boss over here chilling, and you can go and kill him and get extra rewards. So, I mean, I think that would be a really cool addition, and they already have all the resources in the game. All they have to do is add the, the rewards for it, and it's a done deal. But yes. Next are the emotes and skins from Battle Royale. Why is this not a thing yet? This game has been out for almost a year, and we don't have any emotes in Save the World. This is ridiculous that it's gone this long. Port the emotes and skins over. I mean, this is actually an honest way to make money, Epic, as opposed to charging money for legendary survivors. Charge money for aesthetic items that don't make you any better in the game or give you any advantage, right? This is an honest way to make money. Why are you not doing this? Hello? All right, next on the list is number 7, targeted mission rewards of some sort. All right, there needs to be some way that you can go in and select the type of mission rewards you want, maybe even half of them. So if they did half random and half selectable, I think it would be a lot better. For the last 3 weeks I've played the game, I've logged on and looked what there is to farm, and since I don't need survivor XP or schematic XP, there's literally nothing to farm. There needs to be some way to go in and say, hey, I want these rewards, I'm gonna go farm these rewards. Like Epic Flux is super hard to come by, you know what I mean? I should be able to select, hey, I want Epic Flux, and at least get half of Epic Flux for the mission that I'm doing. You know, put this in the game. This shouldn't be too hard to code, and it should help a lot of people out. Epic Flux is super hard to come by. Next, we have an official guide of some sort. Epic needs to pull it together and come up with an official guide of some sort. Remember this video, guys? This was my first Fortnite video, all right? I said about 100,000 times during this video, and while it's a decent video, this does not serve as an appropriate guide. I mean, I try my best, and the members of this community, this YouTube community, try their best, but we do not have all the information at our fingertips. Epic needs to pull it together and come up with a guide. I know there's some nerd in his basement somewhere that would be willing to write a guide, an official guide with all of the answers for Epic. So pull it together, put together a guide for us, so new players who have no idea what they're doing, that have been playing the game for 50 days, know that, hey, I need to level my survivors to increase my home base level, which is my fort stats, which is everything that matters in the game. All right, pull it together, put together a guide for us, please, for the love of God. Next, we have a test server. Thinking to myself all the time, I wonder if Epic ever gets tired of releasing these patches that have 1.5 million bugs in them. Well, it doesn't have to be this way. Most games like this, or similar to Fortnite, have a test server, and I know they have the capabilities to put together a test server because they've done it in the past. All right, they could go private test server or a public test server. It really doesn't matter. But the patches that have been coming out with all of the bugs that they have is totally unacceptable to the community, and this kind of stuff can be prevented if they have a test server. All of these glitches and these dupe glitches can be found out in a test server, and I know there's a bunch of bright minds out there that are willing to go into the test server and give devs feedback and be like, hey, this is broke, hey, there's a dupe glitch out, hey, you know, this needs to be adjusted with the game. Allura is on board, Gumby's on board, you know, there's a bunch of creators that are totally on board for this to happen. Pretty much the ball is in Epic's court. All they have to do is put it together and invite us. But not having a test server and releasing patches with just a ridiculous amount of bugs is totally unacceptable, and it can be prevented. All they have to do is put together a test server and invite some people, and it will take care of this problem. Now, last but certainly not least, there needs to be some sort of target dummies and combat logging in this game, and let me tell you why. All right, first let me break it down. To begin with, the combat scoring in this game is totally broken, and there's no relevance to how much damage a player is doing to how much actual DPS the player is putting out. Now, I built this entire tunnel. This kid right in front of me, I invited him. I'm 100 levels above him. All right, I gave him one of my gas traps and I had him put it up, and he ended up outscoring me because of the way combat scoring works in this game. All right, there's arbitrary numbers assigned to, you know, the mobs in this game, which really don't make a lot of sense. Like, smashers are allotted 101 combat score for killing them, and then you have the lobbers that are allotted 38. So if I kill 3 lobbers, is it the same as killing 1 smasher? No. The little mini husks are allotted 11 per. So if I dragon slash, you know, 10 mini husks, it's more than killing a smasher. Now, is that effective DPS? Is that more important, or is it more effective than killing smashers, who are the higher threats in the game? No, just this whole system is broken and it needs to be revamped. And the way that they can do this is enable combat logging. And I'm going to go over a little bit of it right now. I'm going to take a little bit more time on this because this hits a little bit more close to home than me. To me, and this can be adjusted to where you can actually get some, effective DPS numbers in the game. Now, in Star Wars The Old Republic, they had this thing called combat logging. You went into your preferences and you selected a box, and it enabled combat logging, which would take your combat logs and it would output them to a file that a third-party software program could pull from and actually give you real-time DPS numbers. All right. They also had target dummies, which actually will give you a real DPS number in conjunction with a third-party program. You can see the third-party program up there in the upper right of my screen. It's called StarParse, and it's given me actual real-time DPS numbers. Now, this would take care of a lot of things for testers like myself, testers like Gumby, who need on-the-spot DPS numbers. All right, this would be a fail-safe way to find out actual effective DPS. All right, combat logging needs to be a thing in this game. They totally need to do away with the combat system because it is in no way relevant to a player's actual damage output. This would be a great quality of life addition to the game, and I think they should do this. Once again, I don't even think that they would have to find somebody to do it. All they have to do is enable combat logging, and once again, there's some nerd neckbeard in his basement that would write a program that would read those logs and translate them into actual DPS numbers. Do this, Epic. Why isn't this a thing? Well, YouTube, that about sums it up. These are my 10 things, and these are 10 things that I've been hearing from the people who are in the circles of the people that I play with. If you have something that you want to see in the game, hey, and I didn't include it here in the video, just post it down in the comment section and let me know what you think. I think Epic can do a lot of things to make this game better, and I want the game to get better because I really enjoy playing the game. But once again, thank all of you guys for watching. Thank you for your continued support of the channel, and as always, folks, stay classy.